Okay. Usually, when the data comes, time comes, maybe if you have implemented EWM 3 years back, 4 years back, and then data is going to be filed up in your system. So your database is going to be occupy a lot of documents. I mean, like what you call them, your purchasing documents, inbound delivery documents, outbound delivery documents, warehouse tasks, warehouse orders, TUs, HUs, and so on. So for that, what we do, there is an object called archiving. So you guys knows that we are going to use a transaction called SARA, SARA transaction, and then see what best we can do and all these things. So I'm going to talk about a little bit basic things about SARA and then SARI and then how it is going to work. So archiving is one of the project uh, where you will also be asked to work for by your uh, company, or maybe I saw that one of my friend is working in only archiving the EWM objects. So he's getting very good money based on this archive, because after the implementation is over 3 hours, 3 years or 4 years, they have to start archiving documents and then getting the documents from archive. So in that case, what are the archiving objects are available in EWM, and how do you do this archiving, and what are the important things to take care of when you are doing the archiving? Okay, so maybe some if something differently I'm telling, maybe Bhaskar, you can also respond if you have more influenced topic on that. Okay, of course, yeah, because you're also working and I'm also working. I'm less working on this, but yeah. Okay, so when you go inside of EWM, I'll show you the objects for EWM archiving. So usually we use it SARA, okay, SARA. So when you go here, some objects, this is an object, we need to find out first of all, okay. So objects, there is an option called write, okay, and then delete, and then get the data, okay. So in that way you can do that. Okay, if you F4 here, you will get all the archiving objects out here. Usually in EWM, it starts with WM, something like that. Okay, let me show you that. There it is. Yeah. See this, guys? 1 minute. Okay, starts with ED. Where are they? Is that logged?
Raj, you use DLV underscore IND.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, WMETO. Why it is not appearing?
WMETO also.
Actually, I think I have only added 500 entries, I think, right? So maybe 999. So starts with WME, and then these are the things. Usually we see that, okay? So these are the objects, WME underscore door, WME underscore EBD, labor management related, HU, indirect labor task, WFS, RSRC, TO, and TU, VAS, vehicle, and then this thing. As you said, so DLV, something like that, right?
DLV. Yeah, DLV for deliveries, yes.
Delivery for DLV. See this? The inbound delivery, outbound delivery, production, and all these things. So whenever you select this object, There are linked actually. For suppose if I say DLV, see this automatically action is going to change. So pre-process document and then write, delete, follow up, read, management. So when I say out is also same. When I say WMETO, so WME underscore warehouse tasks. Okay, when I say warehouse tasks, see this delete, rewrite, delete, and read and management. So there are configuration also. Basis is going to do configuration. So how do you get these archiving objects to your system? Like example, for suppose slash and slash scwm slash to underscore disp display, right? Where is this?
There are two slashes, two slash.
Two slashes. Okay, thank you. Slash and slash underscore disp. So when you want to check some warehouse task here in this warehouse, so if you are getting from the database, by default, you can see you are getting all these things from the database. If I say archive, there is nothing will be there here. It says not enough selection parameters. That means there, nothing is archived. So if you want to get both of them, you can also get both of them like this. Okay. So here it makes a difference. Okay. So database and archive. Once it is, there are ways to do this archiving objects. First of all, if you want to archive your outbound delivery, please remember. First of all, you wanted to archive your outbound delivery related documents after 1 year. Okay. After 1 year, you want, because 365 days your inbound delivery document retention, right? So that's what you are going to mention. So after that, you want to get that to archive. What you have to do is, so first of all, you have to archive your warehouse tasks and HUs, and then your transportation units and waves and your ODs and then outbound delivery. See that? So you cannot do directly that outbound delivery until unless you archive preceding documents, maybe future further documents, whatever you have. So that is how you are going to come up with. Okay, that means if you want to do an outbound delivery, you need to make sure that you archived your warehouse tasks and warehouse orders and transportation units if you have, waves if you have, and then handling units if you have, and then outbound delivery, and then outbound delivery requests. So this is how you are going to follow this process. Okay, anybody would like to add? You can also add. I mean, that's what I understood this thing. Bhaskar, is that okay? Am I going with the flow, or do you have any other points to add? Very good. So I think no questions, I think. So please remember, whenever somebody asks you to work on archiving process, many times we deny to work because we don't know anything, right? We deny to work. At least I would like to give a basic knowledge so that you can go through your SAP documentation or help documentation and then so on. So please remember, I'm not the expert, and then I'll go with SAP documentation on this. So let's go with archiving related objects. SAP, what SAP says. So I don't think I shared with you. Last time I shared, right? Bhaskar, what is that link? Archive, where is that archive? No, where is that? Where I took it, my imp you can find out, I think. Archiving, yeah, got it. Okay, so here, this is EWM, Extended Warehouse Management relevant archiving objects. See that everything will be there here. Okay, what you have to do, you can find out over here. So go down, archiving objects here. Okay, this is normal SAP help only. Inside of this, SAP has given what needs to be done and all. So when you go to the archiving objects, so you can find out these are the archiving and delivery processing. You see this EWM. Okay, we started saying about EWM, archiving in EWM, delivery INB, out rec product, production material requirement. Okay, in quality management, shipping and receiving, and then transportation management, and then value added services, warehouse order processing, labor management, you will be find out these three, and warehouse billing documents, this is the one. So this is how you are going to find out all the objects are here. I think you got basics now. Okay, you got minimum basics. So here, when you click on this here, archiving delivery projects, delivery processing, if you click over here, it takes you to the other things. Okay, so there are prerequisites for this. Okay, see this. So archiving to remove in the delivery processing records, warehouse records are no longer required in the system from the database. Okay, so how do you do that? Feature BO under report. Okay, so prerequisite also is here. Please remember what you do over here. Before archiving, you have to change the status of all documents to be archived whose expiry date has been exceeded or exceeded from completed to be archived. So for that, you go to this transaction, BO underscore archive. I'm saying about delivery. Okay, when you are doing that, business object underscore SCDL BO underscore object. In this selection screen, enter the document type and document identification of the you want to archive and choose execute. So simply, I don't have transaction to copy. So what I do, /n/scdl /bo underscore, what is that? ARCHIV. ARCHIV, yeah. ARCHIV. Okay, now it was asking what are the document types. That is what it was saying, right? Select this, enter the document type and the document identification of the documents that you want to archive, choose execute. So here, maybe I can say inbound delivery. And then inbound delivery, what document type you wanted to do? So here, maybe ZINB or INB or whatever it is. Yeah, please remember this, the system what I'm using is not 365 months old, 365 days old. So it's not going to help you to do that. But otherwise, what you have to do is package size, how much want to display log and all these things, and then you can give the delivery number and execute. If you are doing for only few deliveries, you just give the delivery numbers also here. That means next steps also you are going to do something on the same delivery only. So you just execute. When you say execute, it is going to give whether you want to give display log or log only when errors and all these things, any one of them you can select. So it's going to, maybe you can give the based on the warehouse number also. Maybe this warehouse number I wanted to add this INB document type, this many documents. Okay, this is how you can do that. Then,
sir, Raju sir, one question here.
yeah,
Because the inbound delivery and outbound, it exists both in ECC and EWM. When we do the archive in EWM, it also get archived in ECC or it's only in EWM?
only EWM I'm talking. ECC you have to do it in a different methodology.
Okay.
ECC relevant objects are different. Okay, when we are searching in SARA, those objects are different.
Okay. But,
So
but But in ECC, we don't know, sir, if the EWM object is or not. Example, if I want to send any confirmation or anything from ECC, if the document is already archived from ECC side, we don't know that whether the EWM is archived or not, right?
Yeah, that's what we need to search for help again with ECC objects, what we have in MM, what we have in EW. So right
Okay,
now, it's only archiving for EWM over here. So like that, whenever you go for a help, you will also have the help for EWM, MM relevant or WM relevant also with the interlinked one. So that's what we need to search for.
Okay, sir. Okay.
How you search your wife, like the same way you have to search for this.
Okay. Okay, sir.
When you go for a marriage, I mean, when you are trying to get married, now you will search for the wife, right? So
Sir,
you will
yes,
search
sir.
all the databases,
Yes, sir.
all the databases and SAP help, Pujari help, everybody help, right?
Yes, sir.
So we need to take in that.
Actually, there's a question, sir. Actually, because if we archive in EWM, sir, I think how it becomes synced to the ECC, because that's a question. I think it's a need to
Yeah,
search.
maybe, I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe
Sir.
let's see delivery when we are doing the DLV underscore. I'm not sure. Okay, just a second.
Sir, sir,
DLV underscore INB, right? This is
yes, sir.
internal warehouse requests. So when I say enter, let's go with pre-processing, and then maybe just I'm giving something like that, and
Yes,
then
yes,
go to
yes.
edit, continue, and here it's only for EWM relevant, okay, not for ECC. So
ECC.
EWM delivery documents, what you can see, PDA and all these things are. So it's not relevant. Maybe, yeah. As I think there is one more object for the archiving object for the normal ECC relevant. Okay,
Probably some RFC goes and archive could be
something
there.
like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Okay. So this is what you need to do. You can also schedule this report in the background job, and then he was asking about to check this one. Okay, this is what first you have to do this. Okay, and then go with the remaining steps. So whenever you go to that, yeah, of course, everybody is trying to learn out here. So if you go over here, yeah, for INB delivery, yeah, actually why I'm showing, so most of the people worried about their performance when they are doing the project or anything. So they cannot able to look for a help. They don't know anybody in the archiving related. Nobody is going to help you. So first of all, we have to depend on the SAP help only, and then search for the opportunities to get some help from other people like maybe Gautam, maybe Sumant, maybe something like me or someone, because you may think that uh, the people are in that area is expert. Like you may be thinking that I'm an expert, but I may not. So I may work down on that, I may not work down that. Everybody is learners for you. So first of all, go for SAP help and read it, and then understand it, and then look for the other people help. Definitely, it is going to be best. SAP is going to give you at least 70% of the information. You are going to get it from SAP help itself. That's the reason I'm going through this documentation. So this is the program for write, this is for delete, this is for read. So before doing this, all of them, as I understand that, basis has to perform, basis has to do some configuration, and where it has to be stored. Example, right now, all the documents are stored in database 1 or database 2. But archiving documents has to be stored in a separate path. So that information to be defaulted in the background by basis guys, so that whenever you select write archiving, and it's going to give you information, its background job is done. Okay, background job is write. written. Maybe SM37, you can see that it was written. Later, when you are trying to delete those documents, what is going to happen is you cannot find the path until unless basis guys have done that configuration. Or you can also do that, but I'm not sure what is that because you need to check that with basis itself. So the file path is defaulted in the background and then it is going to be deleted. After delete, you have to get the data from that archiving folders, archiving database. So otherwise you don't get that. So we used to face that issue when we are doing the work. So when you say that DLV pre-processing, as I said, EWM delivery and edit. So maybe I can say PDI and document type INB and then so maybe production mode, complete messages, and then list and application log, and then save it. Something. Okay, and then save it. Okay, now save it. So when you come back, this variant is saved, and then what you have to do is, what is your start date? Immediate or background job if you want. Okay, and then spool parameters. So maybe LP01 and then save. Now these two are defined. You just execute. When you execute it, so you see the message here. System has created a new process, pre-processing job. Okay, /n SM37. And then, yeah, this is my ID, right? Schedule. Of course, today's date, you can see. This is the one, archiving, delivery, INB, ERE, and sub. Okay. So, of course, my documents are not reached to 365 days. So that's the reason we may not able to get. But otherwise, if I say here, spool will be there. It selects the documents and how much space it is going to take out. I mean, database, I mean, 33 MB, 40 MB, 50 MB, 100 MB. So those documents are going to be found out over here. Documents logged for pre-processing, documents marked for archiving, and so on. After the background job is completed, then that is available for write. Okay, and then create a variant for write. So here it is, what is the document number and document ID and all these things you are going to get a creation date, warehouse number, and then we can say 62A1. Let's see any document from creation date to this date. Let's see. Same as complete list and application log, delivery, archiving, run, production mode, attributes, delivery documents, and then save and then go back. Start date, check all parameters, and then execute. You want to see the job from here also you can see the job. Okay, it's finished. I think no document found. See this archiving inbound delivery. It started. No documents with archivable status exist in the database. Actually, it started with two records, but I'm not sure what happened. So it cannot.
Sir, one doubt, sir. Yeah. Sir, like direct in modules, we are not able to archive, sir. First of all, we need to archive warehouse task and warehouse orders it choose to you. Then only we are going to archive in modules.
Exactly. Yeah, you are right. As I said earlier, you have to archive all those things first and then come back to here. Okay. I mean, what I want to say is, yeah, of course, the process is the same for TO or TU or anything, but you have to know the first prerequisite and then do that. Like here in the what Bhaskar is saying,
You can run for TO, this one, it will work.
It will work. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. See this. This is what somewhere here. Recommendation. Somewhere he mentions actually. Yeah. Check delivery INB. Archiving database destruction. Reprocessing checks following the attributes. Complete status. TU assignment, HU assignment, line status, ERP message log status, successful document. Successful document means that's what you were saying. So maybe go with warehouse order processing, warehouse.
Yeah. Usually the sequence will be like, WAS you will archive first, then TO, then WO,
Hmm.
then wave, then
Right.
HU, then the deliveries.
Yes.
So the
Yeah,
sequence
this
is,
one. Task. Okay. When you say task, these are the EWM users. These are the documents. Okay. So RD_CS serial numbers, exception codes, and HU items, and warehouse task table, task confirmed, movements of HU items. I think like this. And then here also same write, delete, read. So variant setting, writing. How do you write and all these things. Okay. I'm just wanted to give you, okay, the objects, how it is going to work. So once you finish that everything, finally I say that delivery documents are going to be archived. So that is how it's going to work. So, okay, once you have done this read, write and everything, right? So please remember, when you go back, so you have to activate that SARI usually. So here you want to explore that archive data. First of all, what you have to do is infrastructure need to be activated. So for DLV INB, no infrastructure is activated for me right now. So for that, you need to go to the configuration. What is the infrastructure for this? So this will be done by basis, or you can also do this. So go back and then check for what is it? TO, right? Yeah, SAP WM_TO. And then when you open this, it is asking you to activate. Okay, infrastructure WM_2 is activated. But when you go back here, Explorer status, and then for WM_TO, of course, this is going to be done by basis. See this? It's going to be available like this. So after you want to read that, you have to go with this option, and then in this folder, you will find out these details: list of archive, infrastructure, and execute. So all these information you are going to get it out. So right now, I'm not doing anything. Maybe I'll try one object for TO, and then I'm going to show that. But you have to activate that infrastructure without fail before you do this archiving. Okay. So this is what WM_TO, and then T. All objects where you want to activate for this configuration is required. Okay. And also you can check the status of this archive status. Okay. So there are no analyzable archives. It's not appearing otherwise. Customizing is very important. Do this infrastructure activation.
Sir, this step is before SARA, right? First
Exactly.
is SARI, SARA.
First, this has to be done by the basis guys. This is their configuration. And then we do our manual steps.
Okay.
Our steps: pre-process, write, delete, and read is that next steps. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just a basic information. Maybe I think if somebody worked on, they can also answer. They can also start saying something. I will pause the recording at this moment, and then we can chit chat now.
That we need to support is how. Okay, so that we should do.
That's good. Yeah, thanks, Robin, for adding all these points because everybody is new. Yes. So
I think
that's going to be a
one
basic help for everyone. Yeah.
one point, sir. Here, I think in case if the data is archived, if any situation, if I want to retrieve the archive data, generally in ECC we have a PBS transactions like slash and PBS slash SA16N. This is a transaction where we can retrieve the archive data. Is it same also applies in the EWM for the PBS transactions allowed here? Anybody have any insight?
What is a transaction? PP?
Slash and slash PBS slash SA16N.
What is that? Slash and slash?
PBS PBS slash SA16N.
First SC16, huh?
No, first PBS, sir. First PBS, sir.
Okay.
Slash
PBS.
slash SA16N.
Okay. Oh,
This is the
yes,
ECC.
first time. That's it.
Yeah, sir.
I think
It's in there.
it will be there. I mean, maybe PBS is correct, right?
Yeah, PBS is correct, sir.
Okay. Slash and SC93. What is that? T4, yeah. Slash
PBS, sir.
PBS
Slash SA16N.
slash
SC16N.
1 minute.
Maybe this is in the HANA transaction or it is an old ERP?
See this?
No, it's the current ECC and the ERP only. But I'm not sure about the HANA. That's what I was.
Yeah.
Because
maybe.
some T code they made obsolete in HANA. So
We are not sure. Archiving, see this? IMG activity for archiving, IMG activity for something like that.
If you can search in Google, sir, you can find examples, sir. It's this we use generally for the retrieval of the archive data, sir.
Yeah, I think this is average objects is this one. We are going to the SARA itself. SAP archiving progress, something like that. These are T code access, I think. Yeah, there's nothing is there. Maybe we can find out and later see that.
Yes.
Good guys, that is what we can able to talk about today. I'm sorry if I did not give much information, but I hope it will be a basic help for you to understand about this SAP EWM archiving objects. Okay, let's